Coach Capel say that at halftime, the Ohio State game, or I guess actually, never mind. It was after the Wisconsin game. Ish said in the locker room, you guys got pretty down, but he said, pick your heads up, this is all just part of the journey. What does that message mean to you?
I mean, that just means that you got to go through adversity. That's one thing that Coach emphasized the other day is that, like, the real season starts when you got to go through adversity, and, you know, we struck adversity pretty early against a really good team, and it's all about how you bounce back from this. So, you know, that's just part of how the game works, how life works. So you got to continue on just being yourself.
So, yeah, how do you build off that? Like, what do you want to take from that comeback against Ohio State?
We want to learn how to be more consistent throughout the whole game. We shot 70% in the first half. That's just so unlike us. We don't want to be that type of team. So we found ourselves in the second half. Pretty sure I only shot maybe 36%, somewhere around there. But yeah, we just brought ourselves back to who we know how to play the game, how we know how to be. So just brought ourselves back.
This is a unique stretch, 5 games all the way from home as power conference teams. How do you guys approach that as far as getting ready for it and the kind of mindset you have going against teams like that?
Just leaning on each other during this time. We're on the road. It's not our fans, but one thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of people have learned about us is we like playing on the road, especially from last year, as you guys saw. We just like to lean on each other during these times. And, it just means a little bit more when you got to go on the road and play in somebody else's place or play at a neutral site. You just got to lean on each other a lot more, and we do a great job of that because, we got a bunch of great guys on the team.
What do you mean by leaning on each other? What kind of things do you do?
We just trust on each other, hang out, talk all the time. Just know that your brother's got your back. I emphasize that in the huddle every day. I tell my guys that I trust y'all. Trust y'all no matter what. I believe in y'all. I trust in y'all's work, and let's go out here and get them win.
Jeff talked about you and Ish being the best players on this team and having to learn how to trust your other teammates like you did on Zach's game winner. Is that something that you had to work on, or is that something that comes easy with the work you see these guys putting in?
It comes easy with the work that I see these guys. And just as a player, I got to be able to trust my teammates. I know just when and where and how to put my guys in good positions, and that to me was just a no-brainer in that situation. Didn't feel the need to force anything, just trust everything that was in front of me.
How important was it to get that first road win? Just getting that road win under your belt is going forward to the season before the AC play comes up in January.
It was super important. It sets the tone for the rest of the journey that we got coming up. Shows how important and how focused we got to be in the details of everything, because it's not easy at all, especially with these games we got coming up. A lot of very good teams we got. So, we just got to stay poised and focused to details.
Did that go into the bench a little bit and, leaning on guys like Papa and Amzil and things like that? Do you feel like you guys, learned about your team as a whole, just having to battle through that adversity and coming out with a win?
I guess we just learned that the next man has to be ready. Coaches emphasize that. I think all of our guys are just, they wait on their time and they're ready. They put in the work, and we trust their work. So when they come in the game, it's like we never lost a step. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So, we trust those guys, and they know, and we know they'll be ready.
What kind of work did you see from Zach this offseason and the first part of this year that leads to a night like he had against Ohio State?
I would say the most important part of his game, not just moving on the court, is more his mentality. He wants to be that guy who, is everywhere now. He really wants to be that guy. He wants to be around the court, blocking shots. He wants to be one of the best defenders. He wants to be one of the best shooters. So he's put a lot of time into that, but also it's a mentality thing, and he's got that part down now.
Confidence is part of that too.
Yeah, for sure. I think Zach is one of the most confident people, and sometimes you got to remind people and help people stay along those tracks. So he's done a great job with that.
Jaland, how tough is it first year? You went through it last year. Maybe through your experiences, how can you help Eva and Amsal as they have an increased role now?
Just tell them that, just trust each other. We all believe in you. You're on the court for a reason. You're here at this school for a reason. They're really good basketball players. So don't go out there thinking that you have to prove anything. You're already enough. Just play within the system, because the system is fixed around every single one of us. Everybody will impact the game in some type of way, and we just try and remind those guys that you're good, just calm down, we got your back, and just go play your game.
Along those lines, how much emphasis was put on Cummings' rebound that got you the ball to make the 3 foul shots. If he hasn't come in that offensive rebound,
Yep.
none of this happens.
Facts. You know, that was a big part, huge part of the game. You know, we emphasized that when we watched film. That was one of the most vocal points. You know, he had a big shot early on in the game too. When we were down 10. He had a step back 3 that just kept us within striking distance. And you know, we need little things like that from Biba because he brings those aspects to the game that not a lot of people can do. So we appreciate from that. And we'll need everybody to keep doing that.
Because Ish was out of the game at that point, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Biba did a lot of great things for us.
Jalen, how helpful has it been that the core group of you guys, that a lot of teams in the portal area, it's like a year-to-year thing almost. You almost have like a whole new roster, a whole new core, but the fact that it is you and Ish and Zach and the twins, like guys that have been in the program and the guys that have come in helps them assimilate, but it's not like you're starting from scratch. And how much has that helped this sort of start that you guys have had?
I mean, that helps tremendously because, you know, it gives a sense of knowing and knowledge of what we have to do in order to win games, how to be a really good team, to know when adversity comes, how to get through that. So having the core group of guys to be able to do that this year just spreads across the team because now in situations that, you know, we were in last year where everybody was pretty new to it, it's not like that this year. We know how to go through adversity, get over the humps, and, you know, continue to be us to stay together.
You look at the net rankings?
Did I look at it?
Yeah.
It might have popped up on my feed.
Do you pay attention to it? I mean,
Not really. I don't even know what it means, to be honest with you. I don't really try it.
Well, you're number 5. What's that mean to you?
I guess that's cool. I mean, I appreciate that. I haven't taken the time to really understand that. I know probably when March Madness comes around, they'll be throwing that out there all the time. So maybe somebody will explain that to
Too
me.
soon,
then.
right?
Yeah, too soon right now.
But a brain he might be familiar with, you guys got ranked in the AP poll yesterday. Does that matter?
I mean, yeah, that matters for sure. I mean, you know, just it shows a testimony to our work and the culture that we've built here and what winning does. So we appreciate that for sure. By the end of the day, that doesn't define who we are right now, but you know, appreciate that for moving forward.
Jalen, how much pride do you take in your foul shooting? I think you were 10 of 11 against Ohio State. How much pride do you take in your foul shooting this season?
I mean, I don't like that I missed one, but I take a lot of pride in it. I think it's a huge aspect of anybody's game is to be able to try and knock down free throws at a high level, and that's what I just try and do.
Before the season, you guys were picked 7th in the preseason conference poll. Jeff talked about how none of you guys were recruited by other ACC schools. Now you're ranked, you have a target on your back. Do you feel like your motivation as a group has changed?
Not really. I think we still have the same underdog mentality. I feel like our locker room hasn't changed at all. The way we talk about certain aspects of the game hasn't changed. I feel like we're even more hungrier now, just because of the group of guys we have, the group of guys that Coach Cable has recruited. Just, you know, the feeling that we've all felt before, just, you know, being undervalued, underappreciated. So I think even with where everything is going now, I think we still feel the same way. And if we start to get into overheaded with it, then we'll level ourselves for sure.
Yeah, in that sense, does the sting of last year not getting in, is that something you guys still talk about, or is it just something that sits in the back of y'all's mind that we can't get excited about this start because at the end all that really matters is where we're at in where it is March 17th.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the back of our heads for sure. We don't like to bring it up too much, but we all know it. It doesn't have to be said. It's on our wall every day as we walk into the locker room. We have a little screen that says first 4 out, and we're on that screen right there, loud and clear for us to walk in the locker room and see each and every day. So we don't got to say too much, but yeah, we know what it takes to, you know, solidify and make ourselves known to really make a statement to everybody.
You feel like that point has gotten through, that's been an effective screensaver?
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. I don't like seeing it. I'm not gonna lie. They could take it down now, but because I'll always know about it. I'll think about it every time I come into the gym. But you know, it's a great reminder to know just the feeling of what we had last year and that we don't want to go through that again.
In practice, what's your record for consecutive made free throws?
In practice, man, I think by myself, I think the most I've gone was maybe 45. Shot 50, and I mean not 50. I didn't shoot 50, but I made 45 in a row one time. Just
here
shooting, yep, just shooting by myself. Try and get that number up.
What happened on the 46?
Lost a little focus. Got a little too excited for 50. He was thinking too far ahead.
Somebody distracted you, probably, right?
Uh,
You just by yourself?
Yeah, just by myself.
Oh, yeah.